Hello everybody, welcome back to Wappelville. Look what we got here. Tomb Kings. Yes, indeed, that's Tomb Kings. Some sneaky snakes. Now, these are the ones from Titan Forge here. So these are the biggies. I actually have 9 more of them from, from Highland Miniatures that we're going to do. They're kind of tiny compared to this. But yeah, these are from Titan Forge. Now, I did print these out at the 32 mil scale. That's kind of another reason why they're a bit bigger than maybe they otherwise would be. Did the darker primer thing, and oh look, we're going to be doing some object source lighting here. Now I'm just going to try and get me some of the dust off of this. I think yeah, okay. Which we're going to try and establish that right away. We're going to try and establish this immediately here. So let's get some of our floral orange. Let's get ourselves one of these here Filbert type brushes, and let's have at it. Hey there, JD. Nice to see ya. So, JD, I hope that you're doing well. Happy Thursday. You know, I'm gonna get into the. Let's do this. Yeah, I'm gonna use that. I was gonna say Naphtho Scarlet, but this is actually the Puro Orange. So great to see you there, JD. You're the first one. It looks like, anyways. I guess, I don't know, are the bits in the on-screen celebration, are they kind of different levels as far as what you gotta shell out for those? So we're, let's see, at 98%, got 25 seconds left. Still using the orange here. That is the Puro Orange. And again, that's the stuff from Richardson. So thanks, Rico. Or did we get to our level 4? Oh, no, to our level 3, sorry. Wow, yeah, see, I'm telling you. I'm liking this Puro Orange more and more and more. I know it's pricey, but sometimes that priciness just also translates into effectiveness. And now, so Rottweiler, did you guys get the snow that we got done? We just sort of got a dusting down here. So yeah, I thought so, because it was 10:55 here. And but again, with Cleveland there, you could see all the snow coming down. That had to be lake effect snow. That was that super fluffy stuff. Let's see. JD, that was basically lake effect here. The wind was pretty much coming out of the northeast. And when you have the warm lake temperatures and the cold air, that generally is going to translate into some lake effect snow. Now, JD, you're not getting the bomb cyclone out there that far east, are you? Nice to see you there, Armored Wolf. Let me see. So yeah, ETN. I think it's gonna get a whole bunch colder, and I guess in New York they're gonna maybe get themselves a decent amount of snow. I'm trying to think, Recoil, the last time, unless, let's see, is it? They call them the Australian Alps, right? Recoil. They're down kind of in the. Are they down in the southeast, or are they kind of south central? Let me see here. I'm gonna try to go. This one right here. So great to see you there, Armored Wolf. Sorry, actually, this is kind of a normal Thursday time. As I think about it, this really is sort of a normal Thursday here. Actually, this is probably earlier than last Thursday by a good deal. Actually, I think this is a good half hour earlier. So yeah, JD, it seems, I guess, I don't guess they're setting up for another one of those bomb cyclones too. Yeah, I'm telling you, I'm really liking this Puro Orange here. It's got some weird properties. I mean, this is one case where series. Oh, wow. This is a pricey Richardson deal here because I think this is also a Series 5, or maybe it's only okay. It's only a Series 3. Actually, what's the Gamlin version, which I still haven't had a chance to test? Oh, that's where we'll test this out. Is on one of our Tomb Kings sneakies. There. What is this? Series 3? Yeah. So basically the same. Oh my goodness. So the southern tableland of NSW. So it is kind of south central then. Recoil, not quite south here. Is it southeast central? I'm trying to be a little bit more precise there. Hey there, Judge Dredd. How you doing? So Judge Dredd, these are the ones from Titan Forge here. Now we did this one in a video, right? Part of our Rebuilding the Old World series. I actually have 9 more. Believe it, yes, 9 more of them from Highland Miniatures, and you'll be seeing some of those on stream also. Nice to see you there, Dark Horse. Well, Dark Horse, I know it's kind of late. Great to see you, though. Now, I think we might be going we'll either be going back to terrain, because, well, I tried printing. Oh, yeah, get this, Armored Wolf. I got another one of those solid blocks of resin again. Now, each printer has done this, so it's not the printer itself, but for whatever reason, it just printed the entire vat of resin into a solid block. So yeah, I lost probably about $8 or $9 worth of resin there. So that's why I really appreciate the Hype Train stuff. So Herblux, I know you just finished your stream, but if you want to share something in the chat, maybe a Insta or Discord work in progress link, something like that, please go ahead and do that. We just are underway. We're about 17 minutes in. Well, technically more like 15 because we had ourselves some Hype Train action. We've got some Necropolis Knights 3D printed from Titan Forge Miniatures. Now, this is one that I painted in a tutorial video series. We are going to be matching this one up here with this guy, only a little twist with some nice object source lighting. So that's the Endanthrin Blue, Judge Dredd, and I will be doing a color theory in oils because now we've got the Gamlin version, and as you can see, I never had a chance to test them against each other. So that's the Endanthrin Blue. It's really, it's a nice blue for, here we go. It will be perfect for Thousand Suns. Yeah, it will be perfect for something like that for sure. So Herblix, great to see it now. We've been showing some of these hobbit holes that we painted on stream. Now we've got all of the flock and foliage, and we got the static grass on the roofs there. We painted 6 of these bad boys. Here's another one that we did. And again, it's got all of the flora and fauna on there. Again, with all the static grass and everything. So everybody, please check out that Instagram link that JD just shared. Also, we've been doing a ton of Tomb King stuff. Now, this one happens to be from Highland Miniatures. This one is from Titan Forge, same company that did the Sneaky Snakes here. So yes, we got ourselves some Tomb King action that's happening. Let me move this over here 1 second. There we go. Okay. That's a little better. So everybody please give Herblix a follow if you could. And we are using traditional oil paints. As you saw, we just had the tubes out there in my hand. Traditional oil paints right out of the tube. And like I said, about a little over 15 minutes ago, this was just primer. There was no paint on it whatsoever. We are just getting underway. Just getting underway. You want to see those hobbit holes or these other Tomb Kings figs that we painted? Well, no problem. Every session gets saved as a highlight. It's kind of like a YouTube channel, just no ads. At least there shouldn't be. So yeah, you want to check those out. You want to see those. Obviously, I can't make a playlist like you say can with YouTube, however, there's thumbnails just like YouTube. So you look through the thumbnails, you say, aha, I want to see that. And then you go check that out. There you go. Again, so ETN, it was really interesting filming that video, because at least the one thing I didn't have to worry about was electric shocks, because I was using a 9-volt battery. The downside is 9-volt batteries, well, they only last so long. And there was a point during the tutorial where that 9-volt battery just kind of gave out. So you'll notice there's kind of a break in the action there that's not its normal break. That's because I had to switch out a battery. Because I went like, oh yeah, that little red light's not on. No wonder we have a little less static than we thought we should have. It was a heck of an experiment, though. It was pretty wild. Now, after we do our blue here, then we're going to get into some of these other surfaces. Then we'll get down here on our base, which, of course, is done with the Scopy clay and the Green Stuff World Texture Roller. Everybody, please check out that Instagram link that Herblix just posted. So, Herblix, what were you painting on your stream there? And again, everybody, please give Herblix a follow as well if you could. And also, again, please check out the link that JD just posted right as the raid was coming in. Now, here we're adding a little bit of ice blue to that. Just a smidge. Don't want this to get too light until we see what all of these wrappings look like. Once we at least get a hint of those in there, it'll be a lot easier to figure out what we should do here. Remember, it is not black primer. It's just the black Steino res mixed with the dark brown. Is that okay? So there should be some of our endancerant in here too. We need a hint of it there. Oh, that's cool, ETN. Well, hopefully there's some videos that can prove to be helpful as well. Now I need me another one. We'll use this thing, because now we have to get these. I'm going to actually roll with this. I'm going to roll with the ice blue and our souped up burnt umber. That would be the reclaimed earth color from Gamblin. That's the brown ochre. Brown ochre of all things. ETN, speaking of, do I have him sitting here? Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Now, these just showed up. Holy smokes. So these are some test tubes. Again, from Virgo's Vault. So I'm going to be doing a color theory and oils episode with these guys here. Not with the pen, but with the oils in there. There's actually a Puro Orange in there, which should be nifty for maybe doing a little bit of a OSL test there too. Alright, yeah. We'll sneak some of that blue in there later. So again, everybody, please remember to check out the links that Rottweiler posted, that Recoil posted. Also, of course, check out what Herblix posted, and of course, please give Herblix a follow. And let's see. Again, object source lighting takes all different forms, all different colors. Again, we also do here, object source lighting on historicals. Like so. Yes, indeed. Hey there, Valfera. How you doing? Oh, no problem there, Recoil. Actually, Valfera, I was hoping to start even a little bit earlier. I was hoping to maybe get started by 10:30. I think it was about 10:45 or so. Hey, Gatecrasher, nice to see you too. Holy smokes. Well, happy Thursday happy Thursday / Friday to everybody. Now, Valfira, did you get any of the snow down there yet? Maybe that's still yet to come. That might not be. That might be more Ohio Valley. I don't know if it's gotten that far south yet. Could be some chilly games going on this Saturday. Okay. Now, Herblix, actually, are you not partner yet or not affiliate yet? Because I know I'm only affiliate Herblix, and those highlights. Now, again, it's a little extra work. They're not automatic. I guess if you're a partner, it automatically saves them permanently. But I don't even know if you. I think maybe you have to be affiliate to be able to do a highlight. Oh yeah, Herblix. Yeah, these are. Yeah, all of my original VODs. Those are long gone. Yeah, just like you're saying, those are long gone. But the highlights are nice because I put a little thumbnail on them, and again, it's sort of like a YouTube vid. I mean, it's close enough, close enough, right? Rottweiler, I'm definitely affiliate, but yeah, partner is that's never going to happen because well, they also change the way things count. So that unfortunately puts it even more in the realm of nope. It was dicey. Even I want to say 2 years ago, before they changed that process. Now it's unfortunately it's kind of impossible. Well, Herblix, yeah, oh yeah. Usually Bithron does all the clips here. Now let me take a look see at the. All right, we're just gonna keep rolling with what we've got here right now. Yeah, Herblix. I don't do the dual stream to YouTube mostly because that's where all my Patreon vids are and well my regular vids. Actually, what we're hoping to do eventually is to be live streaming games of MESBG. Thanks, Herblix. Well, the oils are just so darn handy for charging through these things nice and quick. And what are we? We're 30 minutes in, minus time for. I think was it a level 3 or level 4 hype train? I know it was at least a level 3. So we appreciate all the hype train action, of course. We actually did, was that Cetra? Yeah. Now, we're usually doing a lot of Lord of the Rings stuff here. We've done several 1,000-point armies, also lots of Lord of the Rings terrain. But we also have to get back to our Bretonnians here soon enough because these are super fun. Painting some of our Bretonnians. So it was a level 4. Okay. Thanks, JD. I'm just going to roll with the white here. Maybe get a little bit of the asphaltum in there. Maybe lighten this up a little bit more. I'm just looking at my other one. What? Oh, some of the radiant green too. Yeah. We'll work some of that in there. Don't blink, it happens quick. And again, the oils just make it so much easier. And also, too, the oils don't take forever to dry, especially with the approach that we've got here. Yeah, the oils, Now this probably won't be dry this time tomorrow, like some of our terrain is, because this is not quite as absorbent as, say, the FDM filament is. Gatecrasher, if there's anything that you wanted to share in the chat, please go ahead. And Velfir, if you wanted to share your, I don't know, say your giant dragon, something like that, please go ahead. You know what? I think I can still get some orange on there. Let me consult the oracle of the flashlight here. Yep, look at that. So should be orange there. Again, these are really handy, right, for figuring out where some of this stuff has got to go. I'm actually going to zoom in here a wee bit. There we go. Yeah, Velfira, you just wish there was some way where things like the painting stuff could just kind of set themselves up, right? So you could just say, okay, now at least I can maybe just use it instead of, well, okay, I also have to try and figure out how am I going to get this desk in place, all the shelves and the lights and everything. And it takes, it doesn't happen easily, that's for sure. Where's my, oh, there, a little bit of that radiant green. There we go. And of course the nifty thing is we can just slap that stuff on there. Grab ourselves another brush. I don't know, some kind of brush, any brush. We'll grab this brush. Oh, look at what just happened there. Well, looky here, look at this. See that? Hashtag no layers. Hashtag no layers. So everybody check out the Insta link that Velfira shared. This is where the oils really help you save on precious time because, well, there's always a bazillion things that we have to do, which means always less time for painting. But there, again, you can see we were able to just slap some paint on there, push it around, and in a matter of seconds, we had some nifty shading. Again, hashtag no layers with the oil paints. The other advantage, aside from just time, is that, well, we're talking about the drying of these happening a lot faster than you think. That's one of the reasons why that happens. Because we don't have tons and tons of paint on the figure. It gives it a chance to dry a whole lot faster. Blending brush. Are we still using this thing here? Yeah, let's just still keep using this one. Again, I'm just going to grab that. Just going to yank it off to the side here. Velfira, I guess, well, we're not going to get a whole bunch here. I mean, we might get some lake effect, maybe, I don't know, like we got 3/4 of an inch, maybe. Maybe we get an inch or two. Even today, I literally took a broom, took 2 seconds to wipe it off of the stairs. Yeah, Velfir, it's been super, and when we know this is always the case of that, it's been very uneventful snowfalls here for years now. I think you could say a good 3-4 years with very minimal snowfall. Let's see. A little more of this? Yeah. Yeah, JD, it's just, it's the whole don't roll a 1. Just don't roll a 1. It'll be fine. Just don't roll a 1. You'll be totally fine. Just don't roll that 1. Get some of this. Oh, I don't have my, well, let's put some of that in there. A little of this. Oh yeah, this is all gonna be basically gold up here. There's gonna be the blue too, but for right now, I'm just gonna hit the gold on there. Doing the same kind of dry brushy stuff. Nothing fancy. Actually, what has been nice, now that it has been in the 40s and the 30s, my printing area is as warm as it's supposed to be. It's actually warmer by my printing area now that it's in the 30, well, now it's maybe in the 40s or something, than it was when it was in the 60s. Or even the 50s, yeah. So now that it's finally a little bit cooler, the heater's actually going off, which means it works the way it's supposed to. Get a little bit more of that Indian yellow in there. Which way do we roll with this? So that is blue. That one, then this is our gold here. This is our gold here. Just have to figure out how are we alternating this. Blending brush, blending brush. Am I just going to use this here? Okay, fine. Any brush can be a blend. Look at this. So see we have this hard line here? Not a hard line anymore, is it? We literally just did this whole gradation, plopping some lighter color on there, and then just pulling it across like so. That doesn't get much easier than that. Now, I did see that I guess New York, Pennsylvania, there could be some snow foliage there. And maybe in the northern plains, kind of your North Dakota, maybe northern Minnesota. I guess there's supposed to be a little action happening up there. Hey there, Doji, how you doing? So, Doji, I just realized that I have the Gamblin' in Dancer in Blue, and as you can see, that tube is untouched. However, looky here. I think the video I was going to do is going to be changed into a color theory and oils vids. Basically, all I'm going to do is a bunch of color charts with these guys, and then maybe a couple of miniatures where we test out, I don't know, maybe staining or something like that. So, Doji, if you want to share anything in the chat, please go ahead and do that. Great to see you there, Doji, of course. Happy Friday to you. Actually, Velfair, I was just about to ask you that question. I'm not joking. I was just about to ask you that question right there. Because that's again the college football report, right? We got to figure it out. Well, let's see. UMass, Georgia. I don't think SMU and Virginia are going to have any snow there. Ole Miss, Florida, it could actually be chilly. It could actually maybe be in the 40s or something, but we're not going to be any snow there either. Actually, that SMU Virginia game could be pretty impactful. Everybody, please check out that Instagram link that Doji shared. Now, of course, this is the week of. I mean, it's not. Well, let's see. I'm just thinking that UTEP is not going to give the Vols that much of a challenge. Of course, that's again the kiss of death, right? Right, Valfira? Oh, geez, Valfira, what was it that I was saying is the new mustard? What is the... Oh, it's something. Something is the new muster. I don't remember what it is. Now, again, I don't know if people have seen this video yet. And of course, Velfera, I found out that I have like 3 or 4 other materials that are even... Well, this was pretty good. Actually, I'm pretty satisfied with that, with the little wood chips there, but I might even add some more. But yeah, that worked out pretty well with the static red, and it's sticking on there too. It's not going anywhere. So yeah, that really did work out well. Where's this is Bilbo Stabbin's house right here. So that's Bilbo Stabbin's house. Well, actually, that Kentucky-Texas game, that's one that I kind of got circled there. That could be some mischief potentially, because that's what we want, right? Hashtag no more undefeateds. We've taken almost all of them out. Oh, it's Indiana, Ohio State. That's right. Well, I'm thinking that might also mean hashtag no more undefeateds. I think Oregon, that was the best chance to take them out. Who's Oregon playing? Nobody? I don't see it now. They might have a bye week or so. Oh, no, that's Oregon State. Let's see, Velfera. Oh, well, guess who they're playing, Velfera? Guess who they're playing. Now, they are better than Navy, so maybe, and also too, maybe they can use some of the film from the Navy game. So Gatecrasher, there's a couple of things that you can do. And ironically enough, this is what I used to do when I had my frozen printer. So I had a little heater. A couple of things I would do. I actually had a warm mist humidifier, which, believe it or not, that can warm up a room a little bit more than you think. And sometimes it just is maybe a degree or two is all it might take. So that's one thing you could do, Gatecrasher. It's also not bad for the humans, right, to have in the wintertime, to have the humidifier going. Now the other thing you do is have like one of those space heaters, and you heat up your area, specifically the resin, Gatecrasher. So before you fill up that vat, heat up the resin first, and then you turn it on, and then you kind of let the printer generate its own heat from there. So if you can at least get that ball rolling as far as the printer generating its own heat, that could help you out a bunch. So JD, this was just brushed on. Most of the time, I'm just brushing it on. Now at JD, there actually are going to be some, believe it or not, I've been trying to make stuff to set up some airbrush videos, and I basically got this small compressor that's super quiet. JD, essentially for me, the airbrush is a conceal carry water cannon. So my minimum settings are usually 30-35 per psi. A lot of times they're higher than that. I don't, and I just use what was that, the Patriot 105? Yeah, whatever the very basic Badger Patriot airbrush is. That's it. Nothing terribly fancy. No problem there, Gatecrasher. Gatecrasher, that worked really well. I never once had a temperature issue. Now, the other thing, Gatecrasher, that I've been doing, and this is with the new printing area, is they're in the basement, and they are directly underneath a heat vent. Obviously not close enough to make anything melt or catch on fire, but now that it's in the 40s and 30s outside, my printing area is about 71, 72 degrees. Now, Velfera, they've come close a bunch of times, right? They came close several times. So yeah, JD, it's a little, well, I think a lot of times they'll say it's for like cake decorating. It's this little box. I had it at Gen Con. It was a test, because Badger, I don't know if he started making those yet. No idea if he's actually started making them. Whoops. We gotta get our blue in there. I think we did, yeah, we did glowing green eyes. I'm just gonna get some lighter stuff on there, just to get that ball rolling as well. We need some lighter stuff on his chompers here. Let's see. So I'm not seeing that Boise State. There's games that have significance. They're not necessarily legendary matchups. Yeah, there is no. I think Oregon has a bye. Kino, boy, nice to see you back. I hope that you're doing well, Kino. Happy Friday. So it's still a happy Thursday here, but I'm sure for most folks it's a happy Friday. Yeah, let me lighten this up a little bit. Again, the college football report brought to you by the Wappelville Sports Network, where we cover the APCC, the Atlantic Pacific Central Conference. 10,000 teams, no academic standards. Everybody makes the playoffs, and the portal is open all game long. You want to switch teams, as long as you got a jersey, you can do it. Alright, just gotta... there's my Prussian blue. Not doing the Endancer in here. It's going to be the Prussian blue here. Right, yep, on these guys. So Prussian blue here. Come on, get down in there. Velfira, that's... for them, they could not afford to lose at all. It's interesting, right, Velfair? We kind of have a combo platter of, some teams can literally lose more than once, but there's still other teams with this new format that can't lose at all, ever, and still have that hope or that chance. So I don't know, Velfair. I guess this new system kind of has worked out. Yeah, Vilfred, Kansas has to be ranked now, right? Or they're still not ranked. Haven't they taken out 2 ranked teams in a row, Valfira? Either that or they've had some near misses. Maybe that's it. They've had some near misses. Now, is the Indiana-Ohio State, is that a day game? Oh, that's the early game. Oh my gosh, okay. That ain't just the day game, that's the early game there. I think Valfura, I was getting them confused with, well, now I'm getting everybody confused, Valfura, because I'm like, is it Vandy? Is it South Carolina? Who's doing all the damage? Well, Kentucky. So I think you could say that Kentucky, Vandy, and Kansas have been the primary, what would you say, giant killers this season so far? Yep, Doji, we have a whole video that compares Perline Black with Courbet Green. So yeah, there's at least, I want to say 1, maybe 2 videos that prominently feature the Perline Black. Doji, now you can use that link. Remember I sent that link out, the site that Ryan made? So you could use that link to go Color Theory and Oils and Perline Black. Nice to see you there, Penguin Shark. Happy Thursday. I hope that you're doing well. So yeah, Doji, just check out the. Oh, I guess this is something that I can post. Never mind. Let me get rid of this thing here. Okay. That is going to be in my way. Okay, there we go. Let me get more of the fast matte white and some of our Prussian blue again. So you can see now this takes shape pretty quickly, doesn't it? Don't blink. Hashtag don't blink. It happens really fast. Oh, we actually went with red up there, didn't we? Alright. No problem. What I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to paint as much of him as I can before we start fooling around with anything more down here. Because we got to be setting our hand on this stuff. Well, let's see. Not everybody can be ranked 25. So where is Mizzou anyway? Actually, I don't think they have any chance of in the SEC anymore, right? So yeah, it's starting to get interesting, Valfera, you know, with these buys and with who's got the first round games at home. It's getting interesting. It's starting to get super interesting. Because now it's not enough to just make the playoffs. Now teams are trying to get those vital seedings there. You do a little more. There we go. Okay. Kind of using this almost like a blending brush here again. Nah, that we didn't want that there. So see you later, Doji. I know you got to get off to back to work there, but we're only just kind of getting started here. We're only 56 minutes in, Doji. So who knows? Maybe you'll be able to join us again. Because I think Illinois is 25. No, they're 24. Then who is 25? And I do believe they're not going to be using bowl games as playoff games, right? Thank goodness. Because that was getting tiresome, I have to say. That was getting very tiresome. Well, Oregon will definitely be left because I don't think they're playing. I don't know. What does your spidey sense tell you there, Valfera? My spidey sense, remember last Friday I was thinking I wasn't sensing a whole lot of massive upsets. There still were. There were some upsets. I don't know. Something tells me it's going to be a little more chalky this week. So there's a little bit of those tendons over there. Let me see. I don't even know where they have Army ranked at this point. Okay, so still only 18th. Yeah, Valfera, because that cold blast, that was supposed to go all the way down into Florida there. So there's our phthalo green. We might do a little bit of it there. I'm going to mix floral yellow and our radiant green, because those are that's pretty atomic, that mixture right there. Now, I think down in Alabama it's going to be colder. Tennessee it's going to be colder. Kentucky, I don't know. Is Texas playing in Kentucky, or are they back in Texas? I don't remember. I think they just had a home game. Here it is. Alright, we're doing this. I guess I'm going to have to get me some more of my fast mat weight out here, aren't I? Whoops, not that. I also got to get this the phthalo green on these here gemstones. Okay, so now we've got our goalie snake eye there. What is going to happen on these things? We'll take our phthalo green, just start messing with those. Because reasons. So Penguin Shark, if you wanted to share anything in the chat, stuff maybe you've been working on, please go ahead. I'm pretty sure this Sunday I'll be doing the Council of Miniature Painters. I mean, I'll only just be every so often, I guess, if they have a question or something. I won't be doing a whole bunch on there. I'll mostly be prepping miniatures and getting stuff ready for other vids here, but I actually have another terrain video that is all set to film. Well, it's not really terrain. It's going to be more of a workbench video. What is it called? Elementium. Yes, how we use our heavy gloss gel for basically everything. Fire, water, ice, snow, waterfalls. Can I reach it here? Oh my gosh, that is a long ways away. However, I did want to... So this is from RM Printable Terrain. While I had the stuff out for the hobbit holes, I hit that, and I also just slapped some paint on this, and the idea is we're going to do water that kind of comes down to each of these things. So that's going to be pretty fun. I've got that the Balrog from Kurzluk that is going to get the fire on it. So we're going to be using that to make some fire. Though that's fantastic, Penguin Shark. Very cool. And everybody, please check out the link to Penguin Shark just posted. And again, Penguin Shark, thank you so much for being here. Yeah, Velfair, I was wondering if that's, still... It always used to be that. And then for a while it seemed like they weren't using that mechanic anymore. That just because you were on the bottom of the ticker, that didn't mean you were the home team, which got confusing for me, that's for sure. Alright, we'll just do a little bit of the green there. Not too much of it there. Ooh, let's use even less of our lighter green up here. Let me hit that too. Fast mat weight along this line here where the Prussian blue is. Yeah, Velfira, well, it should be, I think it's still going to be interesting Saturday. Again, I'm not sensing mega upsets on the horizon. Hey there, Elite, how you doing? So Elite, I hope you enjoyed the Snow Globe game. That was super fun. I kind of miss the old days when the only way you could see the lines is if the guys with the shovels were fast enough instead of the computer generated lines that they have now. But that was another game where stats throw out all the stats. It's a divisional game. And it's in a snowstorm. I love it when stats mean nothing. It is so much fun. It was not too much fun when the Bears would routinely go into the Silver Dome with one of the greatest defenses to ever take the field, and then the lowly Lions would run roughshod over that defense. There was just something about that place. Oh, thanks, Spoon Handle. Appreciate that. Oh, I still got to get the other orange up there. Still got to do that. Where's my... here we go. Now, this right here is pretty similar. Where did you go? There he is. It's a little bit similar to what we did with our kitty here. See that green, and then kind of the sickly, fleshy color for the lights. That's kind of what we're doing with him. So thanks so much, Spoon Handle. Elite, you could see that one coming a mile away because, well, Pittsburgh does not have a... well, they had to win with, 6 field goals in their last game. And you're not going to be kicking 6 field goals in a snowstorm. Also, Cleveland just... this is their Super Bowl. Now, we also have the Jameis Winston effect there, Elite. I don't know. Well, you take a look at the Jameis Winston run for the touchdown that won him the game. He threw some really bad interceptions, but he just, to him, this is a rebirth of his career. So he's going to go all out. So, Valfira, this is the Indanthrone blue. Actually, if you want to see it, and this is from Richardson, if you want to see it in action, this is the, I think it was a 2-episode arc on this guy. It was either 2 or 3. I think it was 2, where we used the Indanthrone blue. So yeah, Elite, when the Lions would give the Bears all kinds of hassles in that Pontiac Silverdome, the Lions would be 2-12, the Bears would be 12-2, and the Lions would still give them all kinds of hassles. The Bears would go into Dallas and beat the Cowboys by 40, and then turn around and barely survive against the Lions. Again, part of it is familiarity. So your division opponent is not going to be seeing you the same way. Let's say a team that you maybe play once every 4, 5, 6 years or something like that. It's not quite the same. Now, Velfair, I will be doing a comparison video with the 2 Indanthrone blues that I have. I do not have... I think Williamsburg has an Indanthrone blue. I do not have that. Maybe if there's another fabulous winter... Oh, geez. We got to start keeping our eye out. Fabulous winter sale on Dick Blick, don't we? I have not been doing that. So if anybody is keeping an eye on Dick Blick, let me know when that super sale starts out. All right, I think we got enough lights and darks on this now, right, Velfair, that it should make a big difference. All right, Velfair, let's see what happens. Let's see what happens here. I think we pretty successfully turned off our object source lighting. Yeah, it's gone. No more objects. I mean, obviously, maybe down here, I guess, on the tail. But not like that. Look at this. That's like a 10%. We're not even at 50% yet, still climbing to 50. There we go. It never gets old, does it, Velfera? Elite, it's kind of crazy that Cleveland has taken down now both Pittsburgh and Baltimore in the same season. That's 2 of their 3 wins. And that is classic divisional rivalry right there. It's a whole, literally, I mean, I know it's a corny phrase, but it is a whole new ball game when those folks get together. There's a wee bit of animus between them. And unlike some of the other so-called rivalries, there it's still kind of a thing. So Kino, it never gets old, right? Seeing stuff like that, and of course, again, you can do that too. You just need, all you got to do is take your phone camera, take a picture of it, go into that whatever app that controls it, kill all the saturation, and then you'll get a chance to really see what you're doing looks like. Yeah, Velfira, that's where, yeah, turning out the lights, the party's over. Every time we do that film noir. And of course it shows just so much. Here's another one. This is another one of our favorite examples. Look at all these wild colors. Tons of contrast there, right? Maybe not, because look at that. All of a sudden it just becomes a slab of gray. Almost here too, with a little bit of shading, that's about it. Otherwise, again, just a slab of gray. Until we do this, in which case, oh, well, looky there. Right? We have color contrast, saturation contrast, temperature contrast, all those contrasts. Well, Vilfira, sorry that you keep getting whacked by that. But here's hoping that you'll be able to enjoy a fun. It's going to be a great college football Saturday. I think it's going to be a great Saturday no matter what, Velfira. So take care of yourself, and well, we'll see you tomorrow. And have a good one. Velfira, that's why I try to keep that one on hand. Well, even Alex the Cave Troll is a good example of that. It's a good example of other things too, but especially that. Where's my... Yeah, we'll just roll with this. Elite, it's remember that we were just talking a little bit ago about Kansas and South Carolina and some of these other teams that we're calling giant killers. Some of these teams aren't even ranked, and yet they've wiped out not just teams that are ranked, but top 10 teams. You know what? I'm going to get some of this, a little bit of Indian yellow here too. Blammo. Now we're going to get a little bit of this brown here. That's going to go on. That's a little bit more of a glaze type of a thing going on there. Nope. Asphaltum. A little bit of asphaltum right along that edge there. Yeah, let me see something here. So Gatecrasher, that asphaltum color, for whatever reason, it's really spectacular for things like horses. It really works very well. It's a spectacular fur color. It's sneaky dark. It's a got the sneaky intensity of color to it. Doesn't look like it has an intense color, but it does some really nifty stuff. Get rid of this. I'm gonna take that brown ochre, kind of like that Puro orange. It's a very surprising color. It does things that just normally would not expect. You know what? I'm going to get me a little bit of antique brown in there. Oh boy, it's too bad Vanderbilt Velfair is gone. I'm thinking we might have to, if Vanderbilt can pull off any more upsets, we'll have to rename Van Dyke Brown Vanderbilt Brown. Speaking of which, let me roll some of this out here. It's just kind of conditioning this, breaking it down a little. Break it down some more. Don't need it to be a pin line wash. This is, I don't know, maybe about 70, 75-ish% of the way there. It's sort of there, not quite there. Just need, there's some areas of separation that I want to see here. Not quite there. That's the other nifty thing about the oils, right? I just basically erase that. Yes, it's almost like you got yourself an eraser. Elite, what you should be able to do, hopefully, the only way I get to see it is I just go on YouTube and I type in college football live. And there are people that are live streaming the games, because otherwise I would have no way to see it. None whatsoever. So hopefully that works for you too, Elite. Just, again, go to YouTube, type in college football live, and there will be people live streaming the games from their own feeds. Now, sometimes those feeds get cut off suddenly and you have to jump to another one. But that hopefully is a way that you can see it. Okay, you know what? Let me take a little bit of this up there. Yeah, we need ourselves a bit more right along the edges of this. Now we need to grab a blending brush here. Maybe we'll use this. Maybe we'll use this. Same over here. Okay. Now, taking the, let me get a little perline red, not a giant block of perline red. Alright, let's try this again. Because that is going to go in some of these areas. Not a pin line wash, but again, for some separation. Alright, let me see what we can do here with something much lighter. I'm just going to get me some more of my fast matte white out here too. I don't know, I might have to start investing in even more tubes of that. 1 sec, there we go. 1 hour 19 minutes ago, this said, I'm just saying, there was no paint on this thing. It's 1 hour 19 minutes ago. As they say, don't blink. Do not blink. I think this is also going to take a bit of a semi-pin line wash going on here to really lighten up this. Oh yeah, look at that. You thought that was the lightest orange. That was just basically the primer down there. Now we got ourselves some light in there. Also there. So the basing bits here, some of them are 3D printed from Make It Epic Basing. I forget where this brazier is from. And of course the Tomb King, or the Egyptian themed texture roller from Green Stuff World. Floral orange, Indian yellow. It's gonna go over here because somehow we missed out on some of that there. Okay. Ah, there we go. I need the Hansa yellow, which I think there's 2 different Hansa yellows in that set that Verco's Vault sent this way. Not 1, but 2 of them. Start to pick out some of our lightest firelight projected onto our big old sneaky snake here. Nah, that's too much of a yellow. We need a little more orange than that. Let's see what this does. There we go. Yeah, it was way too much yellow in that. Get enough thinner to make this flow, but not so much thinner that it's just going to run all over the place. Hit this here. Again, if Rottweiler or Recoil want to share their links again, in case Recoil you might be streaming later. So we're starting to bring out, get a little bit more of the light oil. I'm going to get me some of that on this surface still. Again, it's a metal surface. Little something up there. Now we definitely need to get some of the orange up here. Maybe the light here. Well, kind of more of a mid-tone for right now. Just use it as a blending brush there. Mostly using the Puro Orange here. I mean, Cadmium Scarlet would do a similar thing as this. Hey, there's Sector X. Happy Friday or Thursday. Great to see you there, Sector X. It's been really crazy here too. And I have a feeling that I might have figured out, well, I figured but not figured out what's going on with those rendering times. Why the videos are taking 5 hours to render that should normally only take 2 hours, 15 minutes tops. I think it might just be the computer that I'm filming on. Something weird is going on with either the settings or something there. Because the video I tried rendering here, granted it still took longer to render that, but it was a Twitch vid, so not one that I recorded in XSplit. And I don't know if there's some weird setting that has been turned on in XSplit that's making things take longer. And it's very mysterious. I have no idea what's going on with that. But all of a sudden my video render times have just gone up exponentially. So we're just plopping that on there. Here's our blending brush. So Sectrix, I don't know if you saw the hobbit holes with all of their foliage. I posted that to the Instas, maybe 6-7 hours ago. Wait, there we go. Sectrix, those things, those were super fun. I never would have thought something like that could be quite that much fun. I still have the hobbit holes that I printed out, 2 from Printing Goes Ever On, 1 from Conquest Creations. There's also, technically there's still 1 more from Printing Goes Ever On that I could print. And then there's the massive Hobbit Tavern. That is still yet to be painted. I don't think we'll be painting that on stream. I might do a series of videos on it, but I don't think we'll be painting that on stream. And of course, we are using another one of the Battlecraft Supplies fabulous holders here. That is the only way we're able to do the terrain, the large critters like this. And those again are from Battlecraft Supplies. Just check out their Etsy page. Lots of different configurations. We were using one of the smaller ones for our ships right here. So we're using one of these for the ships, one of the smaller ones. Try and catch some of the edges of these scales that are down here. Get with our firelight. We'll probably come back into this with some of our Perline Red, maybe mixed with the Van Dyke Brown to get some of our darks in here again. Now that we're doing this. And we'll do this here. So Sectrix, we had another instance where, and this was a different pair. Now both of the Anycubics have done this, where I select something to print, and I come back, and it has printed the entire vat as one block of resin sticking up to the build plate. And I don't know if it's because when I'm hitting what I think is the file, I'm hitting something else, and it's not actually printing the build plate that I'm towing it to. I have no idea what's going on there. So we're going to try this again here with our Perline Red mixed with the Van Dyke Brown. In here, and then definitely to get a little separation between these wrappings here. So it's Chidu Box. And again, it happened once on one printer and once on the other Anycubic, and it could be possible that just maybe in my haste, I might be hitting the, what is it, not the test object file, but basically the firmware file. So it is possible that just I'm not hitting quite the right thing. Because it was definitely two different. It wasn't just two different sliced up build plates. It was two different. One of them was printing goes ever on, and the other one was a whole different sculptor. So they were not related in any way, shape, or form. And I'm pretty sure that I've printed out those same files successfully without that happening at other times. Try and darken you up a little bit up there. And then we need to do that down here. Again, we're going to take this deeper orangey red here. And of course that is mixing the entire time with what's already on here. So I think you can see what we're trying to do. You know, light, dark, light, rinse and repeat. Sectorix, the Elegoo PLA is back down to $42 again. And it seems like the bamboo stuff is still sitting there at the reduced price. And it's been that way, what, for about a month or so? To be honest, really tempted to just get the another one, so that there's just no mystery. Don't have to sit there and go, okay, this is a whole new printer. Got to figure out how this whole new printer works. Let me take some of my ice blue here. A little bit of the Prussian. No, we need it. There we go. Some of our indigo into that. Also up here, now blending brush. What we're going to use, we'll just use this guy here. Okay, yeah. We need that little bit of cooler color on there because that's the ambient light as opposed to this. Now we're going to be leaving the wrappings and the scales alone because, as you can see, I still have to be sticking my hands on there if we want to get the actual knight up there painted. Now, did I do red on the? Okay, it was a red and blue. All right, we can do that. I'm just going to grab the Perline red here. Can you see them? Yes, you can. So we'll get our red up in here. Then we'll do the blue, like you do. I'll alternate the red and gold on this thing here, and then there was another one somewhere. Where was that? Here it is. Let's do that here. Also there. And got the little falcon in there. We'll hit that one too. Try and get some lighter reds, and maybe we'll just go directly to that naphtho scarlet with a little touch of our pure orange. Boys Landers, when did the first one come out? I actually saw that in the theaters, and I swear that was in the 90s. Unless I'm wrong, maybe it was in the 2000s. But that had to be like 15 years ago or something. Landrest, I guess, I was going to say that would be a lot quicker. But those organizers, I'm finding out. Actually, there was an update with those. I meant to ask Valfira if he saw that email from not Omni, but Curio. Actually, Grand Oracle, you didn't get the Curio files, did you? So yeah, Landrest, that is really spectacular looking. I mean, I'm sure the organizers, and I'm just going to say Tuxlari. I have no idea how you're supposed to pronounce that. But I have printed up a bunch of the Moria terrain from Tuxlari. Now, actually, right now, we could look at Bambi Cam. Because I'm printing up from ironically enough, from Miniature Land. Oh, I see that we're on the big screen. Let me get to Bambi Cam here. Come on. All right, there we are. Now it's halfway done. It just looks like a forest of supports. But yeah, that is, well, let's put it this way. It's a little bit like the Duroc Deep, except I think it was maybe $10 or something. Actually, that's a way easier pronunciation there, Landrast. I definitely prefer that one. For sure. So if you hear me say that, that's what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can. There we go. We need to also do some of that here. Blending brush again. There we are. There we are. I have to say, Landrist, I am pretty relieved to have the video with all the hobbit holes and all of the landscaping on those out of the way. Especially since I really didn't know what in the world was going to happen with the static grass thing. There was at least, I want to say 3 times, maybe 4, where I forgot to turn the stupid thing back on. And of course, well, the battery died at one point. However, and I also gave up on the stupid wand. I just basically grabbed it with my fingers and just chucked it on there. I'd still be working on the first one if I tried using that wand. Yeah, Landrast, it was especially this curvature here around the roof line there, where the grass is hanging over. That is one of the key things that I really wanted to see. And of course, afterwards I found out I did have 3 other materials I could use for the sawdust and the wood chips and such. Alright, so what do we got here? We have this. We're still up here working on this. I might have to come back in here with more of our darks again. And Landry, it's almost like film noir, where I knew it was gonna make a big visual difference, but still it didn't prepare me for seeing that going, wow, man, that really made a huge difference. And I was trying not to keep saying that on the video, but it was kind of hard to avoid. Just sitting there going, wow, that worked out well. So we were wanting to get some blue reflected light on our gold here. The reflected color, right, from the scales there. I think we might try doing a little bit more, and this is with our little bit of our green there too. So again, some reflected light here, / color. Now it can be reflecting this too. If it's supposed to be gold, gold is somewhat shiny. It would reflect the surrounding colors, the surrounding light, all that stuff. And of course, 2.5 hours ago, this bad boy had no paint on it whatsoever. None at all. I'll lighten you up a bit more here. Now, I don't know what we're going to be doing on our Friday / Saturday streams. Now, if I can get those hobbitses ready, maybe we're printing up those. Let me grab a little more of this. Because here, I haven't really been sticking my finger too much. It's here, and especially over there, as you can see. And again, that's why I'm going to take when it comes time to paint some of this other stuff, I'll get some of this off of my finger there. I guess the other thing I'm trying to figure out is, aside from a glorious college football Saturday, is this Saturday also the day that the new Emmy SPG is going to be released? Or at least the pre-order thing? Now, I didn't have any time to look at much of anything news-wise. So no idea if there actually is going to be this Saturday a pre-release of MESBG. If anybody else has heard anything, just let me know. You know what, let me get a little bit more of my bluish mid-tone there. Now I'm going to take me some of that radiant green. That's going to go there. These are actually, they're definitely pointed away from the firelight. Let's also get some light in here too. JD, I think it's going to all be replaced with ultramarines. Yes, everything is just going to be ultramarines. No other marines, just ultramarines. So yes, instead of Gandalf the Grey, you'll have Guliman or something like that. Instead of Sauron the White, you'll have Magnus the Red. And it'll just be all 40k. Instead of Mirkwood, you'll just have Grimdark. Okay, this is starting to separate now from all the firelight stuff. There we go. We kind of had not too much difference between those. Now we're getting some difference here. And of course, instead of him riding Shadowfax, he'll just have his own land speeder. Let's do a bit more of our light right here. And there's, of course, there's wrappings on this, on this big old sickle right there. Oh, we never did get am I still... I wonder if I did put some lighter stuff in there. I just stuck my hand on there. I wiped it away. It could go either way. I don't know. Oh, you know what? You can really see how light we got on the wrappings on that sneaky snake there. Again, we're waiting on the blue here. You can see the difference in the scales. Right? I'm basically not messing with those. As you can see, you know, some people have a green thumb. I got the blue pinky. Oh, and of course, JD, what's going to be in Moria? It's going to be squats. Yes. Now, I don't know what they're going to do with the Erebor dwarves. But yeah, instead of you know, Khazad-dûm or something like that, it'll just be all Votann there. So Rico did, I don't know if Mom has another update on the cricket match for us. I just saw that Mom was trying to post something in the chat there. It could be another update on our match out in Perth. That is way out west. So Rico, so Mom, is that about... I'm trying to think how many time zones that is past you. Because I'm thinking that's got to be 2 time zones past you guys. Again, I couldn't be precise about this, but I'm thinking distance from Sydney to Perth is probably about the same as Chicago to maybe Vegas or something. So they're 3 hours behind. That's what would always throw me off. Every time the Bulldogs were going to play out there in Perth against West Coast. Yeah, that game wouldn't start till somewhere around 6 in the morning my time. You know what? I probably should get some of my blue in there, but I'm just kind of hitting that with a white. Rico, if you wanted to share your stuff in the chat, again, everybody please give Rico13 a follow. Do that. What are we doing here? Let me take a little look-see at this guy. Okay, that's what we have to do. And we have to get some of that green back in there also. Wow. The little scarabs on his shoulders, we did those with our blue. All right. Good to know. That's where we're heading anyway, to Prussian blue. Let's let the Prussians do something here. On that. Where's the other one here? Get that on you. And of course, thanks to everybody that helped create that level. Oh, is that a gemstone? Maybe I'll go Phthalo green on that. For creating that level 4 hype train. That is super helpful. Well, that already changes this big old chunk of armor right here. So we did that. Now let's try and get some fast matte white. Floral orange, but no, it also has some of our blue in it. So that is going to be a weird fluorescent greenish gray. It's perfect for gold highlights. It makes total sense. Total sense doing that. Yeah, why wouldn't you have gold highlights that are fluorescent grayish blue for gold? Yeah. Ooh, I think we should probably put that on here too. Yep, right over here. Yeah, I'm just going to sacrifice that. I'm sticking my thumb right on that because it's just a heck of a lot easier to deal with this for right now. We kind of just slapped a little bit of lighter stuff on the scales, knowing that pretty good chance I'm going to have to stick my finger on that to be able to get that to be able to get that stuff painted. Now, while I'm doing this, Perline red. We will lighten this up, but we're not going to make it so much towards you. It might actually be a little bit more towards magenta. We already have a bunch of orange sitting right over there and all over here too. So how's about we create a bit of a difference there? Let me try this here. So again, we want to thank our two very distant reporters. Again, Recoil has been a fine Aussie Rules football reporter, and of course, Mum is going to handle all the chores for keeping us up to date on all things cricket. So yeah, Recoil, I'm going to be really curious to see what shows up when I do that search. I'm just going to go in and say, all right, show me live cricket matches. Where's my... There it is. Man, I really lost the Indian yellow. All right, I'll bring it back. Fine. So this bracer right over here. Again, I'm just going to have to do this. Okay, you can see the individual scale prints on my thumb. Now again, you get that stuff on your hand. You just warm soapy water. In a matter of a minute or two, it'll all be gone, and you'll be all set. Of course, if you don't want to get the paint on your hand and then worry about transferring it everywhere else, like your clothes or something from there, well, you just we all have gloves. If we're printing, right? If I'm going to 3D print this, I got tons of nitro gloves or some kind of gloves to keep that resin off my hands. It's going to be a real... There we go. Okay. Now we need our reflected light down here. We did the top. Now we got to get a reflected light, which will be more of just blue. Come on. Somehow got to sneak that brush in there. Also... Okay, that should be part of our metal. However, we need to do a little bit of blending brush here. Now we shall consult the oracle of the flashlight, because I need to see Oh, look at that. Look at his. See that? Um. Ooh. Okay. We need to get a little more orangey glow all the way up here. Holy smokes. Okay, we can do that. Again, using this Puro Orange, which is proven to be more and more and more handy for these kind of things. Well, all that Moria terrain. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I want to start painting on stream is some of our Moria terrain. Of course, much as we love our dusting of snow and all that, it does mean that it's a little more tricksy to do our spray painting out in the garage. Now, what I haven't done yet, since, well, it was like summer, is take one of my little space heaters out there and see if we can make the garage a little bit warmer, at least where I'm doing the spray paint. It doesn't have to be 70 degrees in there. As long as it's just 50, we should be good. The entire garage is not going to be 50, but I think I can at least get that small little contained area up to 50. I think I can get it to be warmer than that. We've been adding a whole bunch of layers. You know what? Let me do this. Let me take our brown. Where's my Indian yellow? Or as we like to call it, mango yellow. Fine, a little bit more of the brown. Maybe even some asphaltum. Oh, there we go. This is pretty much a pin line wash. I'm going to drop that down in here. What about this other side? Sure. I still need my horizon line on that thing over there. I think we're missing some light on that. I'll just do a little look-see here. Yep. And I got just the thing sitting right over here. Now let's turn it around this way. Right up here. Poof, there you go. That edge. Another edge over here. Let me get rid of some of the paint on that brush. Another edge there, another edge here. And then we got to reflect something over here because it's sort of like an infinity mirror, right? It reflects on each other. That makes it look that much shinier. A little more light along the edge of this. We never did do this either. And yeah, these are from Titan Forge Miniatures. This release was a while ago because I think these were kind of new back in, I don't know, February or something when we were painting these on stream before Adepticon. The other horrifying thing to think is that Adepticon is just 4 months away. Or ish, maybe 4 months and a week from now. Again, I'm not good at math, but March and December, that's 4 months. Well, okay, maybe it's 5. I'm thinking, boy, it's just almost the end of November here. We only got 8 days left. So, okay, 5 months. No, it is just 4 months. It's only 4 months away. I wish it was 6, maybe 7. Wouldn't hate that at all. Guess I'm gonna have to get going on some of the those creature caster things and some of the conquest stuff. Well, I don't think the conquest won't be doing that contest anymore, but we'll try and get the creature caster stuff going. Oh, that would be the perfect thing to test the Puro Orange, because I wanted to do the source lighting on them. So yeah, let's use that on a whole series of them. We're getting there on this guy. Again, I'm trying to finish him off so then I can finally get to this and not be doing, well, that. I have that Indanthrine blue thumb, and that's a very pricey thumb. Not as expensive as, say, a cobalt teal bluish thumb, but still. These, I needed to give them some time to set. Even now, it's a little tricksy trying to get that paint to stick on there, but it seems to be working okay now. Now, that looks super, super light compared to these scales. That's because I've pretty much annihilated all the lighter colors that were on those scales. Once that lighter blue gets on there, what I just did here on these gemstones, that will kind of settle back down again. It won't be quite so intense. Just realized I can't have that on the bamboo screen there. Wow, I never did. Oh, yeah. Oh, wow, okay. I never did get these all that light. These wrappings over here. Let's try this over here, right along that top. Yeah, okay, yeah. That was a little too much of our shadow gray in there, aka Payne's gray. The Williamsburg version, of course. So Grand Oracle, I still haven't had a chance to get the Payne's gray from Gamblin', but of course we're waiting on the big winter sale from Dick Blick. Blending brush, so we chucked a little bit of that lighter color in here. How's about we reflect that over here just like we did on the other side? So we're just going to plop that on there. Take this. Again. Hashtag no layers. I basically took white and this brush, and that's completely changed that around in a matter of minutes, if not seconds. I'm trying to remember, Grand Oracle, because it's been long enough. Maybe I just have to look through my orders, previous orders, to see when did I get Perling, Crimson, and the Cobalt Teal Bluish, because that was definitely during the fabulous. Oh, it was in February. Yeah, that winter sale went on, well, practically all winter, didn't it? Yeah. I mean, that'd be great if it did, but I don't remember. I'm just trying to remember what I was talking about at the start of the stream 2 hours and 53 minutes ago. Did I get the... Alright, this is another reason we can't have the death grip on that brush. How am I supposed to get to that? Right, if I'm doing this, there's a little something in my way here. I still need to get the lighter red, and again, not not an orangey red. This is one of the few times we just deign to put any orange into our lighter red mix. If that turns more towards the magenta, actually helps us out. Turn this over. Get the other side. Now it gets even more tricksy. Still got my light here. Let's do something super light on the edges of these gemstones. Got those. But those are the easy ones. Ones that are not going to be so easy. That's going to be these guys over here. Okay, well. Also, good thing we got one of these liner brushes. These are the 18-0 liner brushes. They're from Princeton. We get them on Dick Blick. They're in that $5 to $5.30 range. Also, depends on what there's any kind of sale going on at Dick Blick on brushes. We try to capitalize on those. You know what, that still needs, speaking of latest light here, let me take this. Minus some of that thinner. Okay, fine. Just got to stick my finger there. Ah, wow, that's more of a difference than even I anticipated. I wonder. Yeah, let me get some Indian yellow out here. I'm looking at this thing going, that needs to be more of a yellow there. Still not quite there. What if we were to take our fabulous supercharged... Oh, we don't have any of the Mars Yellow Deep out here. That's what's missing. It's been a long time since Mars Yellow Deep was not on the palette. Hey there, Plank Walker. Well, we have a different kind of plank for Plank Walker. There we go. There's a different sort of plank for him. Ah, boy, JD, I'm trying to think the last time I was using... I never was really using sable brushes on a regular basis anyhow. But man, when's the last time? Well, I know we could say when we destroyed a sable brush, you know, where someone said, hey, check out these sable brushes, and of course, Wappelville is where sable brushes go to die. Yeah, it's kind of like this Wappelville is like the surface of Venus for sable brushes. That's about how long they survive. The painting atmosphere of Wappelville is every bit the 800 some odd degrees with a atmospheric pressure about 14 times what we experience here on Earth. Nah, I think we'll just do our blue reflected light there. Of course, it is almost December. What's that going to mean? It's going to mean planets, including the best planet of all. It's going to mean that. Let's try some of our lighter blue. Right there again, that's reflecting this, reflecting this. Ah, we got this canopic jar over here. Just gonna plop this on there. Well, unfortunately, the sable brushes, they don't withstand like our 18 zeros do. Okay, these things cost roughly about 1/3 what a typical sable brush is going to set you back, and they typically last about 3 times longer. Again, math, not a strong suit. That sounds like 9 times the value to me. I mean, I'm good with double the value. You say, let's make it 9 times the value. I say I am in. All right, Perline Black, Ice Blue. Some of these wrappings up here, gotta get something lighter, but it is, again, it's almost like a mid-tone here on our gold. Yes, that is a grayish green on our golds. Because what's around it? What's it going to be reflecting? Stuff that's either kind of bluish, stuff that's sort of greenish. Am I getting too light in there? We'll see. Let's hit this with our actual light color here. Let's see what this is going to do. This here. Is that, we need some of our blue reflected light in there. On this crazy little helmet slash headdress thing. I never got the horizontal line here. Let me stroll in here with some of our Prussian blue first. Let's start this way. Prussian blue. When in doubt, make things darker. That's in the Book of Wappel. Well, JD, there's nothing like, repetition, practicing, right? After a while, there's something just kind of clicks. I know that happens for a lot of folks with the oil paints. It's sometimes, at first, a little bit of a struggle, maybe a bit of an adventure. But then you kind of start locking yourself in. Things get a little easier. See that? That's adding the dark. That's what was key there. I wonder... I do have another zoom. Let's get a little closer to this here guy. Thanks, Dermot Wood, for posting a link to the Patreon page. We just posted the latest video earlier today. Speaking of our Hobbit buildings, just posted that up. An interesting adventure in all things static grass, flock, and foliage. Well, again, that was another case where sometimes things might go a wee bit sideways. And because when, if you watch that video, when I first started doing the static grass stuff, I basically kind of say, this looks like a failure. I don't think this worked. Only to realize, if I just do this, it actually is working just fine. So I was thinking that video is going to be about, I don't know, a good 45 minutes shorter all of a sudden. Next thing you know, we're having a good old time using that static grass applicator. Still having more misadventures along the way, but I mean, you can see it didn't provide the worst result ever, that's for sure. We never did. Oh, that's right. I did some glaze stuff over here. We need to get this. lighter stuff in there. Also here, there we go. Got to avoid the temptation though to just make everything all light in there. There has to be some darks somewhere. We're starting to draw to a close on him, which will be nice because then we can get to all of these scales. We can get to the wrappings and such. I know folks would really like to see that. I would too, but we don't want to be hasty little hobbits. Don't be hasty. See if I can get some lighter blue in this. You know what? I'm just going to go... I wasn't going to do that. I'm going to go right to the Radiant Turquoise and the Prussian Blue together. I can go... Well, as I'm looking at the pack, I really can go a lot lighter than that. Let me get the other shoulder here. Because I got another one of those sitting there. Change this up a bit. Also, a little bit of reflected light. Alright, lighter blue. I'm just going to have to get some more of my fast matte white out here. Yeah, look where my hand is on this brush. Oh, and by the way, short liner does not refer to the bristles. The bristles are actually, that's the whole point of a liner brush, is the bristles are longer. The short liner refers to the handle. Because believe me, there's some brush handles that are like a telephone pole. You don't want to... They've had to take them and literally saw them in half. That's how long the brush handle is. Much to my surprise. Yep, nobody more surprised than me. I'm thinking that that loincloth there is probably blocked by the... Or not. Well, it is. It is blocked by our giant snake there for fanboy. So then let's go darker then. Okay. And then everything else. It's a good thing I was putting the orange on there. Which means we will take this dark. That's the Perline Red, some of the Van Dyke Brown. We'll thin this down. Just almost a pin line wash. I mean, it's pretty darn close. There we go. Gotta make this darker, then we'll swing back around and then we'll make it lighter again. Yep, that actually needed to be a bunch darker over there. I know that there's just always an emphasis on highlights, highlights, highlights. Well, and also darks, but you gotta have mid-tones. Darker middle tones. Lighter middle tones. There's our phthalo green on that. Yeah, that was difficult. That took like about 3 seconds. So, Mom, let me see. Well, it's almost 2 o'clock in the morning here. It's got to be getting on the way to supper time there. I think I'm going to be making use of the air fryer again. I don't know about tomorrow, but I think Saturday. I think on our college football Saturday, we're also going to be getting back into do some air frying. Come on. Maybe that was more than I wanted on that little gem right there. out. Okay, because I might even just take this. Poof, there we go. Oh, and of course I hope that Squeak is doing well. I'm sure that Squeak is also going to be making the usual supper time demands. Well, I think Squeak usually just thinking, okay, it's time for the humans to get in line here. Come on, where's the food? Where's the chow? Where is that two-legged person that makes the delicious stuff? Back to my light again here. Right there. Also, the eye. Crazy little mask here. We're getting closer and closer to finally being able to get to these scales here. Well, now we're in hour 3. It is now 3:09 as far as our time on the painting here. And of course, this started out with Zippo, nada, no paint on it. It's all happened in just the last 3 hours. And of course, we want to say thanks to the folks that helped make that level 4 hype train happen early on in the stream. Now I am going to do a little bit of oppo with this sneaky dark. Very sneaky cheeky dark there. I'm just going to have to get me some more of this fast matte white out here pretty soon. I'm going to roll with this. Let me take the Indian yellow and our ice blue. That will go right here. Once again, as I stick my finger into what remains of our initial Indanthrene blue application there. Let me try this dark again. Where's my Van Dyke brown? Nah. Okay. Also, something up here. That. No way that could be getting any firelight. We're going to make a change there. That's easy enough. Want to keep that same sort of value. Ice blue. And then some of the Payne's gray. And that little change should indicate that this is now pointed away from our firelight source there. Bingo. That's what it needed. This probably should get a little lighter. Yeah, we got a decent amount of dark there. Let me actually put that fast matte white out here. Again, that's the stuff from Gamlin. Sadly, it's the last of the fast matte colors. Everything else, they just, gosh, it was on clearance. I don't remember how long ago. Fast matte white. Puro orange. Some of our Indian yellow. How are we looking here? That is gotta be lighter than what's already there. Okay, look where my hand is on this brush. It's literally practically off the back of the handle. Otherwise, I'm not reaching this. I'm able to reach it because of where my hand is on that brush. Yet I still have plenty of control, don't I? Is there a piece of fuzz on the end of that brush? There is. Just going to try and roll on through that. And actually the tablets were super gigantic. And with the sore throat, that was one reason why I was. Remember, there's there was a bunch of streams that I either couldn't do, or remember I was sounding like Treebeard. Yes, I could do my Treebeard impersonation, and I didn't have to do anything like to modify my voice. It was just that bad. Yes, and I could do a Treebeard impersonation. That didn't quite go where we wanted it to go. Let's just do this. Fine. Try that again. Don't want to catch too much light here, again, because we got this. In fact, let me have a stab at getting rid of this up here, at least that lighter shape. Again, just using the blending brush to get rid of that because we want this light, then dark, then light again. I think this is the one. Yeah, this is the one that we want. We're going to take that phthalo green. Super translucent color. That's a dark color. Gonna be translucent. That's kind of how it goes with the oils. Your darker colors tend to be very, well, not necessarily very translucent. Your lighter colors, they tend to be very opaque because, well, they have white in them. But then you also have things like your cadmium colors. Those are also very opaque. Your various pigment red 101 colors, your Mars red, Mars black, Terra Rosa, those are also going to be extremely opaque because guess what? They have oxides in them. Yep, anything with the oxide, that's going to usually end up being a very opaque type color. So here, hopefully your Saturday stream is going to be a blast. Here it's going to be streaming again. I do believe Saturday, 7 p.m. Pacific, like usual. Get rid of that piece of fuzz. Catch a little. Yeah, let me do this. Some of that into some of that some of the radiant green there. Yeah, look at how far away my hand is from the front of that brush. Do you see any issues with the controlling the brush or anything like that? Nah. No problemo. I gotta get over here to this brazier. I think, yeah, that was the part there that's a bit on the wonky side. Let's do a little something on that. Like so. Also over here. Better darken that one down. That's also going to make that look lighter. It really will. Back to our orangey stuff here. Get that floral yellow in there too. Too much paint sitting on there. Let's get rid of some of that. Gonna try to hit a little bit more of the, again, the sides of our brazier here. Might do some darker stuff on it. Yeah, let's go maybe even a bit darker. Probably our Van Dyke brown and such would be effective there. Thin this down some more. Try to catch a little bit more of my light over here, right above this here thing. Yep, like that. Not so much over here. Maybe a teensy bit over here now. A bit more on that. Touch more of our light right in there. Now let's do some darker stuff. Like we were talking about, we got the Van Dyke brown there. Then I think we're just going to try and use our... Nope, not the Naphthol Scarlet. We're using that pure orange. On the legs of this brazier. Brazier again, also 3D printed. Can't quite remember which where I got the STL file from. I'm looking at the, you know what? I think we can separate some of these little scales up here a little bit better on the tail. Enough. The teeth here. Maybe a smidge darker in a few places like that. Now what about on here? Let me see if I can go take this Van Dyke brown. Achieve a few more darks. And oh yes we can. Definitely reach in some more darks there. This red, let me I'll use this and we'll mix it with the, well, that's a little bit more of the perline red that I was looking for. There is this little bit of sinew, whatever. I mean, I don't want to insinuate that that's flesh there, but yeah, we're just gonna have to. It's always time for puns in Club Wappelville. It's always time for puns. Pun one, pun all. Almost the fast mat way here. I'm just kind of breaking this down. Over the corner of the palette. Because we never really did anything with the chompers on the top of his mouth. And we'll do this. And make that a little lighter too. That's actually supposed to be bone, so we'll try and make that lighter. Where's my blending brush here? Smush that around. Like so. this perhaps a little bit more of our light along that edge. So let's see, 5 hours, 14 minutes ago. Remember, it was just primer. Basically the same dark brown primer is what we've got here. And that's how it was. It happened very, very quickly. Can we lighten this up a little more? I think so. Touch more light up there. Let me get that blending brush. It's too much of that weight there. Oh, look, it's almost like we've got an eraser. Now, that would be in shadow down there, so I'm not going to lighten up that part of the jawbone too much. Gotta be careful what we do in here. I kind of want to preserve that dark. Speaking of dark, here, let me get this Van Dyke Brown. There's a couple of spots over here where we've got the bandage and stuff around the weapon here that probably ought to be darker too. I'm gonna see if I can't get a little bit more maybe of our bluish green on the flip side of that. We have to kind of get the bluish gray there. I'm gonna take the that again is the Payne's gray, very similar to indigo. There, okay, just a little more. Pushing that a bit further. And then those things gonna also kind of darken those down a little, and then here where we've got the more of an ambient metal color, not necessarily the fluoro. Over here we got to get our blue reorganized. Nope, I need a bit more thinner. This is the Prussian blue. Got a little bit of the white mixed in too. Okay, and now let's do is this going to be too dark here? Not too dark. Let me get a little smidge of the orange into this. Boom, there we are. Now I can maybe do just a little bit of a super light highlight on that. Let me see how that's going to work. Nope, that's got too much of our dingy stuff in it, so we're going to roll them over here to where I know we've got the basic, the last bit of the fast matte white over here. Let's break it down. Right on that, and then maybe here on the scales here, right on the edges of these things, like that. This would kind of be the like the brightest, lightest of the highlights here. On the golds too. Yeah, I'm gonna get that dark blue again. also restore that dark in there. Yep, we were missing that. So now all of this lighter stuff gets just exponentially lighter without even having to touch it. These little rivets over here. There's my grayish green, because we don't need that to be the same color as the linen. We want it to be a little different. Again, remember the thing with the Titan Forge stuff is that your Tomb Kings here, they are not skeletal. They're more like mummies. Whereas your Highland miniature style, that's your prototypical kind of skeletal Tomb Kings. Couple touches of our latest light here. Side of his head, that really helps. Back to that latest light. Catching some of these edges again. This one up here. Definitely along. Oh yeah, we never did get our lightest light right along this one edge here.